Greetings in the name of Yahuwah and his son Yahusha HaMashiach. My name is Malak Shalomo, aka King Solomon, and I'm gonna do a trade recap today on my trade on AMD. And let's get started here. So this morning at the open, I wasn't able to be in front my my station to trade for the open, so I took a paper trade on my phone. So that actually ended up being the best trade, so let me just go over that. And I took a couple other trades when I got back home around like let's see 10:20, but those ended up being some break even slightly profitable trades. So let's jump into this here. All right, so wait, let me take off some of this stuff here to clear up the chart. All right, so that's just the money zone and the annual anchored VWAP. So this red line right here, let me just point these things out real quick. This red line right here, that's the upper band of the annual anchored VWAP. So anything above this for the year is bullish, right? Excuse me. All right, so looking at the money zone setup, value area high yesterday was here, value area low today, yesterday was here, so let's get some levels on that. Value area high was approximately 67.99, or let's say 68, and the value area low was 67.25. And now today's value area high is up here and the value area low is at this point. So let's get some levels on that. Value area low is now 67.76 and value area high is now 68.59. So we have an overlapping higher value relationship, and that means that the value area high is higher than yesterday, but the value area low has not cleared above previous day's value area high right here. So it's an overlapping higher value. So that suggests that it's a moderately bullish setup. So we had a gap up open, but let me just throw on some of the pivots here. So these are the central pivots, right? So these are the central pivots right here. This is the BC. This blue line here is the pivot, and this line right here is the TC, right? That's the top central pivot. So now we have the pivot up here today. Bottom central pivot is above the previous day top central pivot, so that's a higher value relationship right there. So that's indicating a strongly bullish setup. So we have a little conflicting kind of thesis with the money zone being overlapping higher value and the central pivots being totally higher value. So if you would want to kind of think about it like, okay, both of them are not saying bullish, so that means you want to be a little cautious with being bullish, right? So you would want to kind of probably go with the lower kind of thesis, which is the money zone overlapping higher value, right? Excuse me. So at the open, we had this gap up open here. This was the open. We opened at floor pivot S2. And then we had that wick rejection right here at this VWAP line right here. I believe that's the second resistance band, right? That's the second upper band. Right, so when price started to sell off here, it's a rejection of the gap up, right? So with this big sell off, price opened here. We pushed back to test S1, so we hit S2, broke above it, pulled back, broke S1, and then retested S1, So as we retested S1, I just went short here. You can see that's the paper trade. Excuse me. That's the paper trade right there. And let's see here. I took that all the way down to when we broke the value area low, right? So we even broke back down into the money zone, which this is like the meat of the trading yesterday. This is where a lot of value had taken place yesterday. So we broke back down into that, and we ended up with a typical day where we broke back into value, and we gapped up, pulled back into value, broke under value, and then pushed back into value. So you see today, right now at current price, we're still in value, right? So this could have caught a lot of people here on the bullish side. This could have been this is like a bullish trap. Probably people went long here and they had to clear their position as the market came back, right? But I'm always looking at these forward indicators, the money zone and the Camarilla levels and the central pivots. They're leading indicators, so they show you what is most probable, right? So because it's all a probability game. So this was the most probable outlook, being moderately bullish. And then when you see on the chart, when it starts to reveal what it wants to really do, that's when you take your trades. Like when I see the rejection of the moderately bullish setup, which is the gap up open, excuse me, and then we get that retest, it's a beautiful short setup, you know what I'm saying? So I'm sorry I wasn't home to take this setup, man. This was a great trade, man. So let's see. Let's see what levels this was here. I took this short at 69.13 and covered at 67.72 on the paper trade. So now go into my Dash Trader platform, which is my execution platform. So you see here, I missed these live trades. These are live trades, right? So I'm in chop here. This is where it moved back into value, and it's a typical day. There's no trend, there's no movement in no real direction. It's not breaking out of any price ranges and stuff like that. So we're just stuck in the middle, just moving back and forth. This is a market maker's dream where they could just, they taking people out, they accepting orders, hitting your stop losses, stuff like that. So missed this trade here, which I took on the paper trade. Then when it came back up here to test the upper VWAP line, had the rejection. We opened here on this candle and then started pushing down. So I took the short here at approximately 68.79, and then this candle just kind of spoiled the whole thing right here, man. It just had this kind of doji candle for support around VWAP, and I took the slightly break-even trade at 68.73. Looked at it here again as it pushed up, pulled back, pushed up again, lower high. So you can see this is a let me see here, can get this line. So you see it's creating those higher lows, lower highs, and that gave me the indication to just wait, hold on, right, that gave me the indication to go short again, right? So went short here at 68.65, and I was trying to get back down to like pre-market lows, and around that area, 67.58, around this area here, or even lower VWAP at the time was around this area here, 67.83, somewhere around there. So just like a small little scalp move, you know what I'm saying? So went short here at 68.65. It pushed down a little bit, didn't get the target, caught support here, and I just break even that trade at 68.62. Again, we came back up to test this level where where price is having some trouble breaking out. Let me just use the arrow. Right, so we have that resistance right there, making the lower highs. Came back to test that, went short here again, and it just pushed back up, so break even trade again. So all in all, small, very minute profit today. So it's all good with me, man, because as long as I'm keeping my I'm keeping this break even kind of trades, not losing anything, not losing any money and stuff like that, and reading the level 2 and all that to keep my how could I say this, to keep my mind focused on the market, the order flow, right? So I'm running with the order flow of the market, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not shooting any hopes and dreams. I'm not shooting up hope shots and stuff like that. I'm actually staying within the parameters of the order flow, you know? Let me see if I could pull up something here real quick. Right, so this was a screenshot of, I think this was the first trade. Yeah, this was the first trade. So you see how it came up here. See what I'm looking at on the level 2, I mean the time and sales right here. Now this kind of spoiled the action right there when they had this big buys, right? This hit the above ask, right? But these two right here was good incentive to take that trade, right? Because this is below the bid, right? And my entry was 68.79. And they hit this at 68.63 and 68.74. So I'm going in line with these guys over here, you know what I'm saying? Let me see, I think I got another one here for the second one. All right, this one was on trading view. Let me see, hold on. Right, so I think this one was the third one. So yeah, this is before it came back and hit break even. No, this was the second one, my bad. So this is before it came back and hit break even, you know? And as you can see here, these trades are supporting my my sell, right, at 68.48. I went short at 68.65. So they jumped in after me. And then these buyers came and kind of spoiled it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, those buyers came in and spoiled it, so it just pulled back to break even. So I'm making sure I'm reading these big orders, reading the time and sales, reading the level 2, and just making sure I'm staying focused and trading properly. You know what I'm saying? But this year is gonna be crazy for me, man. I could feel it. You know what I'm saying? I know this year is gonna be extremely good for my trading this year, man. So I'm gonna just keep dropping these trade recaps and you'll see the progress. You know what I'm saying? Alright, y'all, it's King. No, it's not King. It's Malak Shalomo, aka King Solomon. Because I'm going with the Hebrew name, you know what I'm saying? Just saying King Solomon so you know what it means in English, you know. But Malak Shalomo is King Solomon in Hebrew, which is actually the real name, you know. All right, y'all. Y'all trade safe and stay blessed.